Hey everybody, welcome back to that Flight Sim channel. This is Captain Flacco speaking, and in today's video we are going to be checking out the Liv2Air Cj3 Plus in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. If you're new to the channel, welcome to that Flight Sim channel where we take everything that's Microsoft Flight Simulator related and put it in video to show you guys and then share with you guys. So if you like what you see, please consider subscribing, give us a like, let us know what we can do better as always. And yeah, guys, sorry for the delay on this video. As the news was dropping about the Sim Update 2 drop, the official release, we decided to wait for the Sim Update 2 so we can get a feel for the Sim Update 2 and for the aircraft at the same time. So far, guys, we are fairly impressed with the Sim Update 2 performance. As you can see, guys, running flawlessly. The aircraft looks great. The graphics look great. The performance, as you can see, looks very smooth, no stuttering so far, and yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So anyways, back to the aircraft. CJ3 is this is the CJ3 Plus, a nice business jet. Has a cruising ceiling of 45,000 feet, has a climb rate of like 4,000 plus feet per minute, so this thing can climb very fast. Has a great range, over 2,000 nautical miles, so it's a fairly popular jet. And this is the CJ3 Plus, which came out in 2014, and it's a upgrade of the CJ3. Has a G3000 Avionics suite, updated, cabin stuff. So yeah, it's really nice. So far I've enjoyed flying this plane, getting to learn it, getting to get in touch with it. And guys, the plane looks great, it performs great, sounds even better. So yeah, we're gonna walk you through it. So first things off, as if you guys watched these videos before, I like to do a walk around of the aircraft and see if the aircraft has an interactive walk around. So it does. So that's good. It has an interactive walk around in the sense of, you can open baggage doors and stuff like that. And please excuse the resource usage thing. Ever since Sim Update 2, I get those random ones, so don't ask me what it is. But everything runs smooth. So yeah, that opens great. This opens nicely. The one gripe I would have with the aircraft is that if you look at the EFB, as we always usually do, and you look under aircraft here and checklist, there is no checklist for the walk around. However, there is a checklist inside the aircraft. I'll walk you through it in case you need help getting through the aircraft, getting it started, etc. So we will go through that. But that's my only gripe really with the aircraft, is that I wish it had a little bit of more interactiveness with the walk around, the exterior walk around. So with that being said, it doesn't have like you can't pull the chocks, you can't check the strut, you can't check the tire, but it does have certain things. If you open the door, it'll enter the aircraft. But aircraft looks really good, guys. Look at the details on the paint. You can come around here and play around with the aileron, so you can move it up and down, and it will give you a checklist there, or check. You see it doesn't check the flaps as you would see on other aircraft, but so far so good, guys. Look at the details on the paint, the scratches, the blemishes. I mean, it looks like a plane that's been flown, so it's pretty cool. I like that. Nothing to interact with here, just the baggage door. And I kind of wish they kind of put a little bit of sounds to the doors, but nothing crazy, guys. Nothing that I'm disgusted by. Everything looks good. You can move the rudder just as so. You can move the elevator just like that. So everything looks good there. Let's finish this walk around. Beautiful OEM livery. I like to say, a factory livery that came with the aircraft, so it looks really cool. I like this one. There are more simpler ones, but I do kind of like the more baller executive look. But anyways, coming around here, checking out lights here, nav lights look good. Look at the leading edge, guys. Looks awesome. Look at the here, the paint. Looks like some birds had some fun in this paint job. Yeah, everything looks good. Again, I would just like a little more exterior walk around interactiveness. Kind of be like, hey, check out the angle of attack sensor, check out the probes, stuff like that. Just that helps you learn the aircraft. It really does. When you walk around and know exactly what you're looking at. So that's just a little thing that I would add there. Now, one particular thing here, pretty cool, that you guys, I don't know if you noticed, leading edge here is de-ice, right? The de-ice, but this has boots from what I see here. has boots on the leading edge of the empennage, so pretty interesting. It has both systems of de-ice. Nice. So this one will use bleed air to warm up this surface here. As you can see, it's stainless. And that will, break up any ice that forms in the wing when activated. But this one, if you've seen any of our other videos, we've put examples. These boots inflate and break up the ice. So pretty interesting. I never really noticed that till now. So anyways, we're going to go into the plane. Again, sorry for the resource usage. If anybody knows a get around of that, please let me know in the comments below. But other than that, we'll just run with it. So let's go ahead and open the door, enter the aircraft, and get this bad boy started. All right. So before we go ahead and start the aircraft and all that, I'm just going to take you through the cabin real quick and show you all the pretty cool things that you can check out in the cabin. So the cockpit looks great. You can see everything here is modeled very nicely. Lots of details. So let's go ahead and check out the cabin. Check this out, guys. Let's move around here. So as you can see, the door's open here. So we can pull this door over here. If I can get it. No, maybe it's because of the angle I'm in. There we go. And then you can lock this. There you go. All right, so that is locked, right? Let's turn around here and look at our galley here. So pretty cool, guys. You can check this out. You can open these little doors. You can slide open this door. And I like the carbon fiber finish here. You can get yourself a nice little cup of coffee here. As you're checking out your plane. Thank you, sir. Take that. Close this up. And then you can just keep opening the drawers, and they have all kinds of things. Here's the first aid kit. Here's a little poison, chilled in ice. Here is an empty drawer. Pretty cool. So guys, yeah, pretty interesting on how it has all these little things. You can take snacks, Doritos, anything like that. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. I would have to say this is probably one of the more interactive interiors or cabins of an aircraft that I've seen, for any business jets. Pretty dope. I really like where they're going with this. So imagine this is just the beginning. I bet they will make some more improvements and changes on this. But yeah, pretty cool. Again, you can walk through here. There's the coffee. You can bring down the armrests, bring them up. You can also play around with your window shades. So, and from the EFB, you can actually close them and open them all at the same time and turn on the lights. And last but not least, if the coffee already hit, then you can come in here just like this. Close the door. And go on about your business. You finish. Close it up. Got some TP here. More TP refills just in case if that coffee really hit. And that's it. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Let's open this door. And maybe if I look straight, it'll open. There we go. All right. So let's go back to the cockpit here. All right. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. So first things off, we're going to go control 1. All right. So this is pretty neat. Actually, Captain Gonzo told me about this one. So kudos to Captain Gonzo and shout out to him. If you turn on your dispatch on, so this is pretty cool. This will activate one screen of your avionics or MFDs or PFDs, whichever you want to call. And so let's go ahead and flick it on, and will allow you to work around the aircraft to set it up without burning too much battery. So pretty cool. You can do that. So I would recommend doing that, right? Turn on your EFB. Pretty cool there. Liv2Air logo. Almost sounds like a PlayStation. Kind of reminds me of the PlayStation days when you turn it on. And then when you're here, go to the airplane. Here's your menu. You have your airplane menu. And then you can connect your GPU and watch what happens. Boom. Everything else comes on to life. So now your GPU is connected. And you have power in the aircraft. And you're not draining your batteries. So all that is good. And remember, I was telling you about the door. You can check the door here. You can open the doors here. Baggage, etc. So pretty neat. So next thing we're going to do is go to our, let's look over here. We're going to go to our GTCs down here, and we're going to open up our checklist. So the checklists are here. and you'll see it starts cockpit items before starting. So we're going to start from the very beginning, and we're going to take this from the top and walk you through on how to get this plane started, what you're looking for, and the flow that I've kind of come to learn with this aircraft. So if you look up here, there's your checklist, normal procedure, cockpit items. So it's asking you to make sure all the circuit breakers are in. So how do we check this off? You go to this GTC knob here and just right click, just like that. So circuit breakers are all in. Fuel transfer should be in the off position. So fuel transfer knob is over here on the left. So if you look right here, fuel transfer is on the off position. So that's good. We're going to check that off. Next is the left, right fuel boost switches. They should be in the norm. So fuel boost right here, left, right. They're on the norm. So we're good. All anti-ice and de-ice switches should be in the off position. So ice protection, all off. Very good. Windshield bleed air manual valve should be off. So windshield, any ice here. So off. Everything is good. Off. Good. Parking brake is set. So if you look right down here, pulled like this is your parking brake set. If you release it, you'll see it'll go in. Just like that. So we're going to make sure it's set. Very good. Throttles should be in the opposition. So let's look at our throttles. And you see my throttles are not in the opposition. So let's go ahead and bring these back down. And then just grab it and bring it down to off. Just like that. All right, next. Standby flight. Test then on display. So come back over here in your electrical panel here. So standby flight. So we're going to test it. You should get a green light. Just as so. Perfect. And then we're going to go to on. Just like that. Check. Batteries. Emergency then on. So emergency power. There you go. Emergency lights not armed. We'll arm those in a little bit here. Well, actually, we'll just throw them on now. Let's clear that CAS message. All right. So this on the emergency. Very good. So we're going to go to on. Check. Emergency lines armed. Yep. Landing gear down in 3 green. So landing gear handle is down. 3 green. Perfect. All right. If using a GPU, open the airplane app. We already talked about that. So we already connected the GPU. So we're good there. Check. Cockpit lights as required. So we're going to move up here. Just like that. And pilot lights are here. So your dimming lights. Turn them all the way up. So just like that. All right. Come back down. Cockpit lights are good. Weight and fuel. So we're going to set that. Initialization page and all that. So now we're going to get to the fun spot. Or fun stuff. Fun spot is a place up here in Central Florida. So open up here. Let's go to SimBrief. And we're going to create a new flight here. And we are in Palm Beach International. So we are in KPBI. Oh, sorry. Wrong place. Airline code. Let's just go Sky. All right. Sky 320 flight number. And then here we go. KPBI. And we're going to go for Lauderdale, short little hop. Okay. That's good. All there. Aircraft type is going to be C. So we'll go down to C. So we're going to go CJ. Whoop, did I miss it? There we go. CJ3. Okay. They don't have one for the CJ3 Plus. I'm not sure if the configuration would change any. But for now, we just leave it as Citation CJ3 default. All right. I'm going to change this to pounds. I like my units in pounds. Everything else is good here. Registration number, ATC's call sign will be Sky 320. That's fine. I'm not going to mess with any of this stuff. I'm just going to keep it simple. So all that is good. Our block time is going to be 45 minutes. Right now, it's going to say depart runway 14, arrive in 10 left in for Lauderdale. That's all good. We're going to use say intentions for our AI traffic or air traffic. And I'll let them direct us to which one we're going to use. So all good here. We're going to go ahead and generate this flight. Just like that. We're going to import the route. Very good. We're going to close this. Reset our view here. Take a look here to the left. And if we go to here, go to SimBrief. You're going to load the flight. There's our flight already loaded. KPBI to Fort Lauderdale. Air time is 25 minutes. About block time 45 minutes. It's going to take us to 17,000 feet. Only 92 nautical miles. So pretty quick. So that's all good there. That's loaded in. Nothing to do here. So we're going to go to our airplane. Go to our weights here. And then we're going to load them from SimBrief. Just like that. And we're going to set the weights. And you see the kind of the aircraft drop there. That's how you can tell that the aircraft has been loaded with weight, right? So aircraft is loaded with weights. Perfect. I'm good there. We're going to leave this in this page here, and we're going to go to our GTC so we can do our initialization as is required here. So we're going to go on this left GTC here and initialization. We're going to use SimBrief, right? Weight and fuel. So crew is me, 175. Good. Payload, 7 passengers, and let's see how much cargo do we have. Let's go back over here. So it's showing we have crew 1, passengers, yep, 175 per person. Good. So, but it does have us with a total of 410 pounds of cargo. So let's go here, and in cargo, we're going to put 410. Just like that. Cool. Takeoff, we're going to fuel on board sync. Remember, we set the weights, so that already set the fuel. So we're going to fuel on board sync. It's going to put the fuel on board. Boom. Done. Easy. And we're not going to be landing, so none of this is going to be filled out. So as you can see now, our weight and fuel is set. We're going to go to the SimBrief page. So Sky 320 KPBI for Lauderdale. Request that. It's actually already requested. We're going to import that. Perfect. There it is. Sweet, right? And procedures, departure. So I'll mess around with this once we go back here. Go back to the initialization. See, SimBrief is already there. So flight plan's already there. And now we're going to do our takeoff data. But I'll mess with the flight plan itself once we talk to Tower or, ATC and get, our latest information of what we're going to be taking off, where we're going to be taking off from, and etc. So let's go ahead and do a takeoff data. So origin, KPBI. Initially it said runway 14. So we're going to go with runway 14. If it changes, I will change this and I'll show you how to do that. Weather. We're going to load the MEDAR. Perfect. We're going to use the RAT for our temperature, just like that. Very easy, guys. Just kind of click your way through it. Reload from database. We don't have to touch anything from here. Takeoff config. Takeoff flaps 15 degrees. Anti-ice is going to be off. It's hot as heck down here. Takeoff factor 1. Rolling takeoff no. Good. Takeoff data. So there's our V speed. So V1 is going to be 93 knots. Rotate 95. V2 107. All right. That looks all good. Headwind 2 knots. Right crosswind. So it should be pretty chill takeoff. So we're going to accept takeoff speeds. Good. And if you go back to your initialization, everything in our task list here is complete. So we're just going to accept it and you'll see it'll bring you back to the menu. And just like that, guys, you have pretty much set up yourself for your flight. So we're going to click weights and fuel are set. Initialization page is already done. Next page, parking brake is already set. Wheel chocks have been removed. Remember, we didn't have any on. Cabin door, we already checked, is closed. Engine instruments here, it's all in the green. Nothing flashing at us or yelling at us. Cast messages, same. Check those. Firewall, shut off left and right. Those are your throttles. They're in the off position, obviously. Battery voltage, 24 volts minimum. So if you look in your electrical here, we're at 25. Very good. What else? Air conditioner off. So if you go to aircraft systems here in the GTC, you have your exterior lights and your temperature. Right now, our air conditioner is off. So that's good. So we're going to click that. Yes. All right. Now we are in the normal procedures engine start. And just like that, we're about to fire up the airplane. So very easy. Engine starter. We're going to walk through it real quick. Engine starter, going to go to on. Once you get the N2 to start spinning, then you throw your throttle into idle. And then we're going to take a look at our EIS here, our engine instruments. Make sure everything is in the green. And make sure that we don't get any cast messages. And then we're going to repeat the steps. After the engine start, we'll throw on the generators as applicable through the engine start. So let's go ahead and start doing that. So we're going to go look at our throttles here. And here's your engine start panel. So we're going to go ahead and start with the right. Here we go. Just like that. Come look at your engine instruments here. There's your ignition. Your N2 is rising. I usually like to start, wait for 15%, just like that. So we're going to look at our throttles now. And like I said, we're just going to throw it into idle. just like that. Go back to your engine instruments. There you hear the startup. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Love the startup on this plane. Right, now we're going to go ahead and repeat the process. So we're going to go back to our throttles. And guys, all I'm doing is doing Control 7 and Control 3 to go between our MFD here and our throttles. Just like that. So we're going to go with the left. Here we go. Here's our ignition rising. That's what we're looking for. And I'm going to wait for that 15% just to make sure that everything is looking good. We got oil pressure, we got temperature. All right. Let's bring it to idle. Look at our engine instruments again. Everything seems normal. Right, and we have 2 successful engine starts. So after that, remember, we're going to disconnect our external power and turn on the generators. So let's go ahead and do that. Go back. Oh, it was right there. So remember, go here, disconnect. Control 1, bring your electrical panel, and then generators right and left, just like that. And you can see no cast messages. Everything is looking good. Love it. Go back to your GTCs, zoom out a little bit, and let's check through this checklist. So all that is good. Cast messages are good. And we already turned on our generators. So all that's good. So beautiful. All right, so exterior lights as required. So remember, we looked here. Go back to your, walk you through aircraft systems. Exterior lights, tail flood on, navigation lights on, beacon normal. That's fine. And then when we go ahead and taxi and stuff like that, your taxi light is here on this panel, and your anti-collision light is here as well. All right, and your wing inspection ice light is here. All right, so that's good. So we're gonna go here, passenger pack safety advisory switch. So we're gonna go pack safety, just like that. Beautiful. Air source as required. So we're gonna go to both, because that's gonna set us up for later. Just like that. Check. Air conditioning as required. So let's go ahead and put the AC on so we don't melt. It is hot out here. There we go. And let's go ahead and set it to 72 degrees. Everything's in the auto. Perfect. All right. Air AC is on. Electrical elevators. Check and set trims. So I will let you know that I do not know what the takeoff trims or anything are like that. So what I'm going to do is just leave them in neutral, right? Oops, sorry. So let's go look here. So this is already in neutral, as you can see. And I mean, it even says TO here, so I'm assuming that's takeoff. So it wants you to be neutral and takeoff. So that's good. If you look at this knob, that's zeroed out and that's zeroed out. So I'm going to leave that as is. Now, so if anybody knows what the takeoff trims are for a CJ3 Plus, please leave them in the comments. Let us know. We love to learn as a community here. All right, moving on. Let's see. Flight controls. We're going to check the flight controls. Then throw our flaps down and our speed brakes. Verify visually that they are working. So, all right, let's go ahead and here. Zoom out a little bit. Here. And let's go ahead and move our flight controls a little bit. Here. All right, looking good. Yoke. Forward, aft, everything is free, not binding. Rudder, it's good. All right, I like it. Take it. All right, moving on. Flaps, we're gonna go ahead and set flaps. So Control 7 brings you here. 1, Set of flaps is our takeoff and approach. So 15 degrees, perfect. And then we're going to throw on our speed brakes and verify that our speed brakes extend and all that. So let's look here. Yep, there we go. Speed brakes are deployed. Track those. They're looking good. All right. A little bit. All right, takeoff data. We already checked it. We checked the V speed, so we're going to confirm that. This visualization, performance, takeoff data. Everything is there, so we are good there. Check. Go. That's finished. So next up is our normal procedure for taxi. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna go ahead and get our call into ATC. So let's go ahead and bring our sea intentions up. Right. So we need to look for clearance is 120.825. So we're gonna go here 120.825 and transfer. 0.825. So now we are on the clearance frequency, and we're going to go ahead and ask for IFR clearance so we can get this flight started. So here we go. Good evening, Palm Beach. Clearance. Sky Mark 320 requesting IFR clearance to Fort Lauderdale with the numbers.
1 second while I grab the paperwork.
All right, beautiful. Grab the paperwork.
Skymark 320 cleared to Fort Lauderdale. Radar vector spinner, then as filed. Climb and maintain 3000. Expect 17,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 123.625, squawk 4463. Expect runway 14.
All right, so let's read that back to them. Cleared to Fort Lauderdale. Radar vector suspender, then as filed. Climb and maintain 3000. Expect 17,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 123.625, squawk 4463. Expect runway 14 for departure, Skymark 320. All right, beautiful. So, with that being said, we're gonna...
Skymark 320, read back correct. Perfect. Ground will be on 121.9er.
Ground on 121.9er, Skymark 320.
Clearance
right.
on request, stand by. Delta 790, read back correct.
It's not me, but we're gonna go ahead and set our...
1301, ready to copy IFR clearance to Atlanta as filed.
Right. We're going to go ahead and put our squawk here. That. It's already on auto, so we're good there. 123.65, we're not worried about that. What we will do is tune into 119er, or sorry, 121.9er. So let's go here, 121.9. Transfer this. Now we're on the ground frequency, and we're going to give them a call here in a sec. I'm just going to go ahead and set my altitude to 3,000 feet. So panel here, altitude select. As you can see in our PFD, our numbers are changing. 3,000, that's going to be our initial. Runway 140, so I'm going to set my heading to 140. It's around there. So that sets us up for our takeoff. That's good. Everything else, I'm just going to press the B key to reset our baro. So our barometer 30.03. That's our altimeter. So everything's good. So we're going to go ahead and give a call to ground now and get clearance to taxi to runway 14. Before we do that, let's just verify our flight plan one more time and make sure that we are set for runway 14, which we are. Perfect. Right, home, flight plan, API, procedure, departure, runway sequence. Put that. There we go. Heading. Perfect. All right. We're good there. Let's go ahead and get our pushback going. And I'm going to go ahead and call ground to get clearance to taxi to runway 14 for departure. Palm Beach ground, Skymark 320 requesting taxi clearance to runway 14 for departure.
Skymark 320, taxi to runway 14 via Alpha Bravo Bravo 1. Contact tower on 119.1 when ready for departure.
Taxi to runway 14 via Alpha Bravo Bravo 1. Contact tower on 119.1 when ready for departure. Skymark 320. All right, guys. We're getting pushed back by the invisible tug, or the invisible man tug here. AI tug. Love it. Let's take a look outside. We already got our flaps down. We are ready. Oh, nice. Giving us the turn and everything. Beautiful. I like it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it good there, guys. Yep. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Set my parking brake. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look here and set our taxi lights. Seatbelt sign on. Anti-collision lights on. I guess we don't need those on right now, but we are set to taxi lights. Perfect. All right. All right, guys. So we already got our clearance to runway 14. What I'm going to do is I'll cut the video here, show you some B-roll of us taxiing to runway 14, and then I'll catch up with you guys when we are ready for departure. See you there.
Skymark 320, contact tower on 119.1. Take care.
Contact tower 119.1, Skymark 320. Have a great night. Guys, so we are here. We're going to hold short here at runway 14. We're going to switch frequencies. Work the brake here. So let's look at our GTC. On frequency, let's double check our checklist. Zoom out a little bit. So brakes are good, nose wheel steering good. We made it here. Good. Air source selected both. We already did that. Flaps are set to take off. Trims are set to take off. Hedostatic switches on. So hedostatic switches on. Anti-collision light on. And landing lights set to on. Check, check, and check. All right. So normal procedures after takeoff. So landing gear up, flaps up. Everything as required here, and yeah, everything's pretty basic. So we're gonna go ahead and call tower now, let them know we're ready for departure. So let's go ahead and give our passengers a little quick, let them know that we are about to take off. And here we go. Palm Beach Tower, Skymark 320, holding short, runway 14, ready for departure.
Skymark 320, Palm Beach Tower, runway 14, winds 195 at 4, fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, winds 195 at 4, fly runway heading after departure, Skymark 320. Alright, remember we did not set up our rolling takeoff. So all rolling takeoff does is extend your runway length. Make sure that you have enough runway. But we're going to do a stop here. Line ourselves up. Alright, here we go, guys. So we're going to hold brakes. Everything's good. We're going to apply some power, make sure that our engine instruments are in the green. Then we're going to go full throttle and take off. Here we go. It's looking good. Full power. Here we go. Takeoff power. Releasing brakes. Guys, this plane climbs speed very, very quickly. Also, the rudder is very touchy, so just be very gentle with the rudder as you are going. Look at that. We are already ready for our rotation. It's very fast, guys. Very, very fast, and it will climb very fast. When you climb, set your nose here. You can see in PF detail about 10 degrees pitch there. So gear up. Remember, you don't want to exceed 200 knots for flap speed. So just like that, we're going to bring the power down just a bit. And we're going to go flaps up.
Skymark 320, contact departure on 123.625.
So flaps up. We're going to set our autopilot. So we're going to go first heading mode and flight level change so we can go to 3000 as instructed. Let's go ahead and read back that. Contact departure 123.625 Skymark 320. All right, let's go ahead. Change our frequency to 123.625. That transfer over. All right, and let them know where we are at and that we are with them. So let's look here. So we're already at 3,000 feet, just like that, guys. Very fast. Palm Beach departure. Skymark 320 is with you. 3,000 feet.
Skymark 320, Palm Beach departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 17,000, turn right, heading 175, vectors to spinner, then own navigation.
75. Climb and maintain 17,000, turn right, heading 175, vectors to spinner, then own navigation, Skymark 320. All right, so pretty much they're pointing us in the right direction, and then we're going to go direct to Spetner. We're going to go ahead and climb here. Make sure our speed doesn't get exceeding because this plane flies very fast. So as you can see, I already kind of exceeded there a little bit. So it's kind of a thing to pay attention to. But let's go ahead and set this to 17,000 feet. Just like that. Flight level change. Let me bring the power down. Because when we turn on our flight level change, it's going to set the climb speed. So I think 250 is a good speed. So let's go ahead and set it there. So now we're going to give it power again. And you'll see the aircraft start to climb. Climb power. Just like that. Alright, so now that we're doing that, let's go ahead and navigate our way up to Spetner. So first of all, let's go clear this checklist real quick. Sorry. Go. So flaps, landing gears up, flaps are up, anti-switches we don't need, passengers good, pressurization check good, altimeter good. Right, we are climbing, we're set, we're in climb. So once we reach our climb, we're going to set this to cruise, then anti-ice switches. All right, so here we go, flight plan. We're going to go direct to, and I believe the waypoint was SPNER. So let's go ahead and type in here SPNER. Enter, activate, and then let's switch our nav here from heading, turn that off, to nav. There you go. The aircraft is setting itself up to Spetner. Just like that, guys. Easy peasy, light and breezy. All right, guys. So as we climb to 17,000 feet, should be a fairly quick climb. They're probably going to bring us down here pretty shortly because this is a short flight. But anyways, guys, if you guys are, if you're finding, God, I can't even talk. If you are finding this information valuable, if you're finding that we are being helpful anyway, drop us a like, drop us a comment, please. We interact with all of our comments. We talk to everybody, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. You will see it in all our videos. But yeah, let us know how we're doing. Nothing better than feedback. We do take the feedback very seriously, and we do improve on the things that you guys ask for. Sometimes the videos, you guys will be like, hey, take the music out. We've taken the music out. So, yeah, stuff like that, guys. We really appreciate the support and the feedback. So, that being said, if you like the video, and if you want to see more content like this from all the aircraft that are released and the stock default aircrafts, and consider subscribing. We're a pretty tight-knit community here. Nothing but positive vibes. And yeah, we appreciate all the support as always.
This is Delta 176 requesting flight level 190.
Delta 176, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Alrighty, guys, I'm going to cut the video here. I will pick up with you guys once we are in our approach phase of the flight. I mean, really, after this, they're going to tell us to descend. We're going to set our descent down. We're going to do flight level change down to whatever descent it is or altitude it is and go from there. So I'll get back with you guys when we're there.
Niner 440, X, Miami approach clear to Yankee November Mike Airport. Radar vectors Ketel L then as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 23010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.5. Squawk tree 612.
Okay, number 9440 X-ray is clear to Yankee November Mike Airport. Radar vectors to Kettle, then as filed. Climb maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 23010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.5. Squawk 3612.
Piper, 40 X-ray readback correct.
Alrighty, guys, we are making our way to runway 10 left into Fort Lauderdale. So you can see we are approaching Nove, and we need to be descending here. So we're going to go ahead and flight level change. 1,800 feet here. We followed the vectors that ATC gave us. So we are going to go and clear the checklist here. Normal descent. Yep, everything's good. Throttles, altimeters, yep, landing data. So let's just go here real quick into performance, landing data here. So runway 10 left, yes. Weather, load, good. Runway, good. Landing config, yes. Anti-ice is going to be off. Yep, accept. So our approach speed 103 knots, VREF 93 knots. We are good. Making our way down. Send a little more. Get to 1,800 feet. Let's go ahead and clear this checklist. All right, normal approach, minimum set. Passenger advisory, so let them know. Hey, we're about to land, guys. Good. Fuel transfer knobs should be off, which they should be. And oh, very good. What else? Check here. All anti-ice switches are off. Landing lights on. Landing lights are on. Good. Everything is on. Check. Before landing, landing gear down. So we're going to do that here shortly as when we make this right-hand turn. We established on the localizer.
SU2 climb and maintain flight level 250.
Gear down.
After flight level 250, JetBlue 201.
Starting right here shortly. It's going to be beautiful, guys. There it is. Beautiful. Go. Power's down. We're going to go gear down. Landing gear check. Put on the approach mode. Go. Flaps set. Set to
Sky
15.
Mark 320, contact Fort Lauderdale Tower on 119.3.
Contact for Lauderdale Tower 119.3, Skymark 320. Thanks. Pick up the speed a little bit. gravity there. And 19.3 that tower here on final. Lauderdale Tower, Skymark 320 is with you, 1,300 feet on final for runway 1 left, ILS. Probably jumbled that the wrong way, but it's all right.
Skymark 320, Fort Lauderdale Tower, winds 235 at 3, runway 10 left, clear to land.
Autopilot.
Right, took the autopilot off. I will have control now. I like the approach here. I'll go ahead and set myself up. So I'm gonna read that back. Clear to land, winds 235 at 3, runway 10 left, Skymark 320. Yes. A little low. Let's go ahead and adjust. Pitch here. Beautiful. There we go. Remember, our VREF speed is 1093. Our approach speed 103. So coming in a little hot, but we will lead off that airspeed as we pitch up, just like that. So remember, we're trying to get 2 white, 2 red, so we ain't dead, or 2 red, 2 white, so we're all right. More pitch up and increasing power. Fall out of the sky either.
500.
But now I can see it better. There we go. 2 white, 2 red. That's what I wanted. Power's coming down. Fight the wind a little bit. And remember what I said earlier, guys. The rudder is touchy, so just kind of be gentle with it. Go. Beautiful approach into
JetBlue Tree 27, contact departure.
Of course, resources are going to be exceeded.
Goodbye.
JetBlue Tree 27, Jet 27, good day. JetBlue 568, contact departure.
Remember, the plane is pretty low, so just let it drop. There we go. Down gently. Brakes. Just like that, guys, we have made it into Fort Lauderdale. Congratulations. Clear the runway here. Now we're going to bring our flaps up.
Skymark 320, welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Contact ground on 121.4.
Contact ground 121.4, Skymark 320. Thanks. Alright guys, at this point we would contact ground and ask them to clear us to a parking spot, but I'm not going to go and do all that. I'm just going to go ahead and taxi my way into an open area here and park the plane. But yeah, pretty smooth other than the stutters that kind of popped up there at the end. You know, that's just flight sim being flight sim, unfortunately. But other than that, smooth flight. Aircraft performs great. I really enjoy flying this plane. It's a lot of fun. I heard the stall warning there, but I don't know. I was under the impression I was at the speeds that we were needing to be according to the data. So, I don't know. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong there, but it seemed like a pretty stable approach in my opinion. But my opinion may not be the best, so do that with which. All right. Let's see if we can park this bad boy somewhere nice here. Make sure we don't hit this plane. Nice sunset here in Fort Lauderdale. Park it right here. that. So we're gonna set our parking brake. Let's take a look at our checklist here. Let's see if it's shut down. Let's see. So that's good. We landed. After landing, flaps are up. Yes.
Allegiant 187, contact
Flaps
departure.
up. Fiddlesticks off.
Departure, Allegiant 187.
Landing lights. Yep. Taxi lights. We're already taxied, so we are good there. Normal procedure for shutdown. So parking brake set. Yep. All anti-ice off. Yes. Air conditioning off. Home here. Aircraft systems. Temps. Air conditioning off. Back. Exterior lights. Let's turn all these lights off. Check. Taxi lights are off. Passenger advisory switch off. Emergency light switch here off. Standby flight display switch off. Off. Throttles to the off position. Battery switch off. Okay, so throttle. I'm just gonna grab here. Shut off. Just like that. All right, next up is our batteries. Battery. Generators are off. Battery off. Just like that. And the checklist disappeared because we turned everything off. So our dispatch is still on, so that's good. So what we can do is use our dispatch and go to airplane. Sorry, open the door. Just like that. Open all our doors. And we're going to turn off the dispatch. Just like that. And exit the aircraft. Alrighty, folks. That will do it. Here we are parked up. Beautiful Fort Lauderdale. Nice little sunset here. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this flight and this somewhat of a tutorial. First impressions of the aircraft. Quick summary. I love the airplane. Love flying it. Love the sounds. I already mentioned what my gripe would be with the aircraft, which would be just more a little interactiveness here in the walk around. And other than that, I think the airplane is great. It's priced at a fairly reasonable price, I would say. I mean, it's $26.99 US, if I'm not mistaken, through Sim Market. So I think the price is good for what you get. Everything works. I haven't seen any real bugs other than maybe the altimeter. Sorry, not the altimeter, the altitude knob. When you flick through it, sometimes it'll go really fast and up and down, but you'll figure it out. But other than that, it's great. I really enjoy it. If you guys noticed anything or have any questions, leave it in the comments. I think Liv2Air commented in one of our videos already when I did the initial landing on this plane. So they are watching, guys, and they will respond. And if there's something that you guys need answered or anything, if me and Captain Gonzo can't answer for you, maybe they will. So anyways, I appreciate all the support, guys. If you guys stuck through the video and watched up to here. And if there's any questions, again, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any more videos when we release them. And with that being said, as always, guys, appreciate the support. Happy flying. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.